So the next problem is also in a marketing application, and here we are looking at a market research company trying to develop a plan for sending out surveys, and they want to make sure that the sample that they get back is a representative sample. So let's look at the problem. So we have this company. So they have a periodically they conduct political polls, right? So um, so this is a poll for U.S. immigration laws. So here are the requirements set out by the company for which the market research company is doing the survey. So the parameters are, okay, we have to survey at least 2,300 US households. At least 1,000 households must be with 30 years or younger the heads of household. At least 600 must be in this age range. Okay, so those are the numerical requirements. And there are some percentage requirements as well. So this will be a kind of a nuance. We've so far dealt with numerical values. Now this is proportion, and we have to see how to deal with it. So ensure that at least 15% live in a border state, okay, because this is an immigration related survey. And then another proportional requirement that is no more than, this is at least, and this is no more than 20% of those surveyed who are 51 years of age or over in a state that borders on Mexico. So here is a kind of a two things that are going on here. So no more than 20% or 51 years of age or over, okay, live in a state that borders on Mexico. Okay, all right. So here are some given input data. Okay, the cost per person surveyed. Okay, if it's so now we are dividing it into region, state bordering Mexico, state not bordering Mexico, and then three different demographic age groups. Okay, so we want to make sure that we meet all of this criteria and at the same time minimize the total cost. So what we really need to do here is how many surveys we need to send out for each of these three groups and these two regions. So there are 6 possibilities. States bordering Mexico, the 3 age groups, okay, that's 3 decision variables. States not bordering Mexico, again there are 3 possibilities. So there are totally 6 possibilities, and we have to figure out how many surveys we need to send out in each of those groups. And we want to minimize cost. Okay, so the cost is given here, and then all of these requirements must be met. So let's first enter the input data in Excel. So here are the sampling requirements. Okay, and the data. Okay, so we have those the cost and okay. So let's look at the cost data first. All right, so border states, non-border state, right? Okay, so these are the costs. Let's go ahead and format it. Okay, so let's align this the same way as the rest of the cells. Okay, then let's enter the sampling requirements. Okay, like 2,300. So that is your minimum number of survey, at least 2,300, and then 1,000 for 30 or younger, and 600 for this group, and then the minimum border state percentage, and then the 51 years or older limit for border state. So that would be 51 or older border state. So that group. Okay, so let's enter these numbers here. Okay, so these are the minimums, and these two are percentages. So let's go ahead and make that into percentage. And these are input. So let's color code that. Okay, and maybe we can do that. All right. So next we have to start developing the model.